Hello coffee grinders, and welcome to this video where we're going to be doing a very quick demonstration and also comparing these two. So I'm sure many of you will know what you're looking at. They are Zassenhaus 495 mocha grinders from the 1950s, and always a popular grinder. I think it would even be right to say that this is an iconic grinder. There seem to be a lot of other grinders that subsequently copied this style. There isn't really a straight edge on it. That they're all curves, and the other notable feature is that the adjusters are these knob adjusters on the top of the mechanism. And the reason for looking at these two together really is because they're at the opposite ends of the scale. This, I believe, is a very early model, and this is one of the latest models. When I say latest, I mean latest for the 495. Zassenhaus still make a model in a similar shape today, the Santiago, which you can buy brand new. So it has been an enduring design. So what changes can we see between the early model and the later model? First, let's look at the externals. So the early model has a straight crank, later model has a curved crank, and this is because it was realised that with a straight crank, if you're not careful, it's possible to skin your knuckles. So I think Dines was the first to patent this idea, but other coffee grinders makers used it as well. Let's look at the underneath. The later model has feet. Most 495s do have feet. The very early ones apparently do not. Other differences. As far as I can tell, the early models were made with the hopper forward. The later ones were always hopper backwards. It's a bit confusing because actually you can change around the hopper, put them to face the other way. Another key difference between the two is on the early ones, the 495 and many other Zassenhaus models, the mechanism is held in place by two screws. One is here and one is here behind the badge. This turned out to be a bit impractical because it makes it quite hard to get inside to clean. You've got to take the badge off, which damages the badge, damages the finish. So this one, the later model, no screw here and there is no screw under here. If you remove these four screws, you can take the mechanism right out. Also, you can see the difference in the badges. I think this is the late 50s, maybe around about 1960 badge. This is around about 1950. That's not to say there are only two versions of this grinder. There are a lot of changes in between. So for example, you might find a model with a mushroom shaped handle, not the older round handle, but on a straight crank. Anyway, just for the hell of it, let's give them a quick run through the paces. As always, burrs just touching, and as you can see, I can adjust it on the top. Yeah, they're already set. So I'm not going to do a full test, which will be a 7 gram salt. I'm just going to put 1 spoonful of coffee in each, and we'll see how they go. Let's try the older one first. There we go. And that that newer one was a little touch quicker, but not much in it. Let's have a look at the grind. So you see they both have scoop shaped drawers, and another difference with the early model, as you can see, butt joints in the scoop drawer. On the later model, as you can see, finger joints on the scoop. Perhaps that tooling took a while to set up. I think you can see that's a very nice fine grind. As is that, both fine powdery grinds compacting nicely. And of course, they'll also grind coarse as well if you slacken off the adjuster, so they should both be able to make coffee for any coffee maker. There we are, Zassenhaus 495s. If you'd like to see more of these or any other grinders, have a look at the links at the end of the video or in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy grinding.